Hey lovelies, I wanted to do an eyeshadow tutorial today with you, and I was kind of playing around. I was headed in one direction and then I took it another direction a little bit, but I think it turned out really pretty. I had kind of flowers in mind when I started this, and so I said it's kind of like a peony-ish color on my lid. Then I've got some purples and some different colors going on. I said like nightshade, but it's a pretty glam look. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you have any questions, if you want to get color matched. Everything is Seint makeup because I love it, and I became an artist because I love it so much. And so I can help you out if you need color matched, if you need any of the colors, if you need skincare, whatever it is, just let me know. So thanks for watching. All of the brushes that I'm going to be using are Seint as well. I love our brushes, they're amazing. They are double-ended, and so you're getting 2 brushes for the price of 1. They do not shed their hairs at all like a lot of other high-end brushes do. They are not prickly, it doesn't feel like you're micro-needling your face. They're very soft, they're dense when they need to be, and they are good quality. So I'm gonna start with the eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna use the fluffy end so I get just kind of like a light wash of color. And I am going to start with the color Oak, and that is the nice light brown color, and it's on more of the cool end of the spectrum. And you know what? Usually I prime my eye first, and I don't know why I forgot that today. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. I have it on this half of the brush. I'm gonna turn it around to my other half because I want to prime my lids first. So I prime it first with my brightening highlight, which today was Linen here, that really light one. And then I set that with our powder eyeshadow. And that kind of just anchors everything in place so that things don't slide around, so that they don't crease, so that the colors are vibrant and they pop. And then I'm gonna use Pup right there. It's practically skin tone for me. And I'm just gonna use that to kind of set that brightening highlight that primed my eye, so that everything is ready to go, so that my colors blend really well. And I'm just gonna put that all over. And it also helps to cover, you know, any discolorations or veins you have showing too. And then I'm going to put that Oak color, that cool light brown that I showed you, and I'm gonna put that in my crease, and I'm just kind of working the color back and forth, and I'm just adding more as I need it. I like to kind of build the color a little bit slow, that way I don't overdo it and then have to try to compensate. So it's easier to just build it a little more slowly and to make sure that everything is nice and really super blended out, so that all of the lines are soft, there's no harsh edges. And so as you see me going back and forth along the top of that line, sometimes I swirl, but I'm moving back and forth. That's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of blurring that edge out so that we keep it nice and soft and blended. And I'm just working it back and forth. I'm keeping the majority of the color on the crease and just building the color. I move it up just a dab as I blend that upper edge, but I'm careful not to get it onto my eyelid, and I don't want to build it today too far up. I just want to have that shadow mainly focused on the crease. And then I look back and forth between my eyes just to make sure that everything's symmetrical, that it's the same depth of darkness on one side as it is the other, that it's going up about the same amount on each eye. And so I just go back and forth to make sure that everything's symmetrical between the two. And it's such a pretty kind of dove grayish brown that even if you wanted to stop there, it's just a nice, pretty, kind of neutral brown. But we're gonna add some fun on my eyelids, and I'm going to put two colors that I usually would not put together, have not done together before, but I think it's gonna be fun. I like to play around and experiment. I'm gonna use Miha first, and that is that kind of fuchsia magenta color. And I am going to put it on the lid. And you just need a tiny dab because it is super pigmented. Most of our colors are really, really pigmented. So go light, and then if you want darker, you can always build from there. It's kind of nice to hear the lawnmower out there. I don't know, I imagine you can probably hear it, but I've been doing this through cold weather months, and I have heard snow shovels and snow trucks sanding and cleaning the roads, but I haven't had lawnmowers yet. So I love spring and summer, so that's nice that we're getting ready to go into the warm months. And I'm not going to make it super, super dark, but flowers are blooming right now, and I have been, when I went to a store with some clothing, everything was pretty and coral and peach and pink and just bright, pretty spring colors like our lip and cheeks, like this top row here. And so I've had, I did a look yesterday on a Facebook Live, and it was kind of a peony color, and I just really liked it, but I thought I'd see what kind of combos we could do with some other eyeshadows and what they would do together. And so we're kind of playing around, experimenting today. All right, so we did the Miha first, and now we're gonna go into this and that. No, sorry, changed my mind on that. Let's go in with Crush, and that's that peach shimmer color. It reminds me of like a drink, like a peach Bellini or something, because it has some depth to it because it's a shimmer. But it's just, I don't know, it's just so pretty. Like a crushed peach velvet. And we're just gonna put it right over the top of the Miha. Just to make kind of a pretty springy color with the two. And it really adds depth when you use several colors over each other. It really gives dimension to your eye. But I just thought these might look pretty paired together. I like putting unusual pairs together sometimes. All right, so we're going to go into Gilded here. And sometimes Gilded can look like a coppery color. Some of these colors, it just kind of depends on what you pair them with. Sometimes a certain color will look really lavender or really pink, but if I pair it with something else, it'll look kind of just gray, and sometimes it'll look a little blue. Now, how on earth? Did you see how the color jumped across my face like magic? These eyeshadows are magic, but I've never seen them be magic in quite that way. Okay, we'll clean that up here in a bit. Let's go ahead and keep going. And I'm just gonna add that gilded to the outer corner of my eyelid. And then I'm gonna bring it just a little on the inner corner, just to kind of contour my eyelid a little bit. Let's go into more of that oak that we used in the beginning, that kind of brownish color, the cool brown. And I'm going to put that over the gilded a little, just to give it some more depth and to add a little bit of a matte over all of that shimmer, because it's looking really metallic there and kind of getting strong. So I just kind of want to pull the reins in just a little there, only because of the look that I'm going for today. Let's add some kin. I was gonna go more purple, but I'm gonna stay with the kind of burgundy a little more, because I'm going to be wearing something purple today. Usually I will either pair my makeup, my eyeshadow, with what I'm wanting to wear. Sometimes I have a color in mind of my makeup that I want to wear, and so I will find an outfit that goes with that. So I'll do that pretty often. But today I was in the mood for this makeup, but for an event I have to go to, I have to wear purple. So they kind of collided today. All right, so I want to darken that up some more, and Kin didn't quite get it as dark as I want. So let's go into a little bit of that amethyst, and I'm gonna add it. It is another matte, and so it will tone down that shimmer metallic. It won't completely eliminate it, because I'm just using the fluffy wash end, but it'll kind of rein it in a little bit and darken it like I want for this look. And then I'm gonna go ahead and carry that up here a little bit into my crease. Let's go into Peppa actually. I'm gonna put a little bit of Peppa on my finger, and I'm going to pat it in the very center here to give that extra pop of brightness in the center of my lid, kind of where the darker colors kind of marry together with that crush. And then I'm gonna take the small pencil brush end of my eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go into that amethyst color, that kind of purple, medium purple, and I'm going to put it on my bottom lid. And if you're looking closely, you'll see that the Kin and let me think, the Kin and the gilded came down on the outside here of my lower lash line, which is totally fine. And I'm just gonna bring this amethyst all the way across my lower lash line just to give us some depth. And then I'm gonna go in with my line brush and the short, flat, angled end And I am going to go into that oak, which is that cool tan brown color that we did in the crease. And I'm just going to line up close along my lower lash line just to give a little bit more depth there. And let me go, I'm gonna go into Salem. I'm gonna get serious right away. Sometimes I go into browns, but this is so dark around here, the whole look, that I feel like I need something a little bit stronger to kind of anchor everything. And Salem is a nice charcoal black color. It's not super, super black. It's more of a charcoal color, as in like a charcoal gray. It's not gray though. It is black, but it's a soft black. And if you can hear, I'm kind of tapping my brush because the first application, I don't think I did tap it, and I've got a little bit of fallout that I'm gonna have to clean up down there, which isn't a big deal. It happens when you use dark colors, but they're worth it. And I'm just gonna line along here. I know exactly what I like. I like a wing, I like a certain thickness, I like it halfway in and then tapered into my lash line. You could go thinner. You don't have to make a wing. You could do a lighter color. But like I said, this deep, dark look, I just feel like calls for something, a dark liner. At least on my eyes it does, because I have a medium hazel green eye, and depending on the lighting, it can look dark at times. And so I feel like to make everything pop, a lot of times I need a dark liner so that everything pops on my eyes and shows up well and stands out. So like I said, I'm just bringing it halfway in, just kind of laying it on there and building the line to the darkness and the thickness I want. I like using shadows for my eyeliner. I have used paint pots and pencils and everything in between, but this is my favorite. I feel like it gives the softest look. I feel like you have the most control. I just like this the best. Even though when I'm just tapping it on like this, it takes a little more time because it's not continuous ink like a liquid liner would be. So you have to keep adding product, but you don't overdo it like is easy to do with a liquid liner. And I'm gonna go in with my favorite brush for my brightening highlight, which is my detail brush, and I like to use the short little bunny tail end, and I'm gonna go into that linen again, which is what I used for my brightening highlight today. I have a couple different ones I use. It depends on the look I'm going for. It depends on the season, like the coloring in my skin, if I have winter pale skin or if I have summer tanned skin. And it depends on what I'm wearing. It depends on a number of factors. But linen is what I did today. If I have a lot of redness in my skin, sometimes I will go in with that Sunlit, which looks like a yellow color in the palette, but it doesn't come out on your skin like that. It comes out really pretty. So we filled in all of that with the linen, and I'll be right back. Let me put on, I'm going to, well, I'll show you. I'm gonna use, I found this L'Oreal lash primer. This is not Seint, but it is amazing. And so I'm gonna put that on first, and then once that dries, I'm gonna put on my mascara. I will link to both of these in the description if you want them, because they are amazing. I'm probably gonna do a video just on this here soon. Okay, so for me, I have kind of puny, thin little eyelashes. They're not particularly long. So this lash primer with the mascara is good too. They make a huge difference and almost make it feel like I have like falsies on or something. Okay, so I use black mascara, and that will kind of tend to wash things out like my liner. And so I like to go back at the end and kind of look to see what needs to be touched up. And a lot of times I'll darken my liner a little bit. So I'm even going to do a little more on the lower lash line. I'm gonna bring in some of that gilded, that kind of color that I said can kind of look kind of coppery. And I'm gonna put it on this outside. I don't know how well you can see it, but it gives a really pretty color there to that lower lash line. And that is the other fun thing about me using my eyeshadows as my liner is, I don't know how many is in here, a lot. But I have 3 different levels, a triple decker of colors, and any of them I could use as liner. So you have tons more options when you do that. Now I got it a little low there, so let me touch that up. Okay, and then I feel like I need to deepen that Salem a little bit, and so let me go back into there. And I'm gonna wing it just a little bit more and thicken that line up just a little bit more and just kind of deepen it, darken it a little so that it can kind of stand up with those luscious black lashes so that it doesn't just disappear and hide behind them. And I'm just kind of touching up. If you'll notice closely, when I'm doing the touch up on my eyeliner, I kind of flick up as I'm moving along laying the color, and that kind of softens that line a little bit and kind of smokes it just a little. And getting that as dark as I want. I love, love, love a wing. If you never have tried one, you do not know what you're missing. I love the 60s makeup too, and so that is kind of a throwback to that era. So this obviously is a full-on glam look today. There's no hiding it. We are all the way in Glam City and we're not turning back, and that's okay because I like to go to Glam City. Get just that tiny dab more of fallout. And I will probably, well, I'll just do it now while you're on here. You wouldn't have to because it is quite dark, but I'm probably gonna add just a tad more oak to this crease, and I'm gonna tap it more than moving it, swiping it like I was earlier, because I want to really concentrate that color right there. And I'm moving it like on the outer 2/3 of the crease. And I'm gonna add a little bit more crush. I'm gonna go in with my multitasker brush and the flat paddle end, and I'm gonna go in, let's see, let's do a little more of that Peppa. That was that shimmery pink, not the shimmery peach crush that we used first, but it's a shimmery peach, or I'm sorry, pink. And let's put it right here at the top of the middle, because I feel like that crease came down towards my little, onto my eyelid a little, and I don't want it eating up that real estate. And then I'm gonna take just a smidge of it and put it right here on the lower lash line on the inside, the very, very inner corner, just to give a little bit of shimmer there. And I'll put a little bit on my tear duct too, just to give us a little bit of that pink shimmer. So, okay, I can sit here and touch up for another half hour, but I won't. That is the basic look. It was just kind of fun to play. It's got a little bit of peony, a little bit of nightshade in there, a little bit of a lot of different colors, and I think it's really pretty. It would be good for a night out if you want super, super glam. So I will put all of the colors that I used, all of the colors that I used on my skin and lips and cheeks that I didn't show you. And like I said, if you want to be color matched, then let me know. Message me and we can get you started. You will fall in love with it. I'm convinced it's the best out there. And if there's any colors that you're interested in, like eyeshadows or any of our other product, our skincare line or anything, then let me know and I can help you out with that. And thank you so much for watching. I put videos out once a week typically, so don't forget to like and subscribe because it will help you to see my videos when they come out. And it helps me so much, and I love to see your comments. So they're really encouraging to me, so leave a comment if you'd like. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.